following presentation of Money's Crazy Mind has been pre-recorded for your entertainment. And now, let's enter the asylum.
Warning, Money's Crazy Mind contains language that may not be suitable for all listeners. Discretion is advised, but will be completely ignored.
I'm sick of it, doing right, doing wrong. Parents pissed off every time I write a song. Smoke crack, worship Satan, what the fuck is that? It's something funny, made for you to laugh at.
You're destroying America with your rap.
You're so full of shit I need to call Hazmat. The only way I would ever apologize is if I had my face buried in your sister's thighs. Okay, I'm sorry for what it's worth, but the best part of you was the afterbirth. If you can't take a fucking joke, then go jump in the river. Na 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 na, and I fucked your sister. If you can't take a fucking joke, then go jump in the river. La 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 la, and I fucked your sister.
Yo, yo, yo! What's going on there, all you party cats and kittens out there in podcast land? It's Money's Crazy Mind. It's a very special edition of Money's Crazy Mind. We are here talking about the Hasbro 1027 event. Hasbro messed up pretty big on this one. They forgot to make the event private earlier today. It was leaked out, and there were a lot of brands that were mentioned on it, but this video is focusing on one particular brand, and I think we all know what brand that is. All right, so here's kind of the story of what happened, right? Around 1 p.m. today, the Michigan and Detroit Ghostbusters shared details online about what the Ghostbusters offering in the Hasbro Pulse 1027 event was going to be. Now, the only people that were invited to view the event at 3 p.m., which, I mean, it's only 4 o'clock now, so there's still about a half hour of that live premium event happening. Actually, it wasn't live. It was pre-recorded because most of the folks from Hasbro are at the London Toy and Comic Con right now. But around 1 p.m. on some Ghostbuster fan sites on Facebook, details were revealed about what the 1027 reveal for Ghostbusters was going to be. Turns out it's another Haslab project. So if you guys remember a couple of years ago, the Haslab reveal, the very first one ever for Ghostbusters, was revealed to be a 1-to-1 scale proton pack based on Ghostbusters Afterlife, but it does have the sounds and capabilities of going back and being reverted to 1984 from the first movie as well. Cosmetically, and I'm looking at it right now because I own it, cosmetically, it does have every feature of what the Proton Pack looked like in Afterlife. Now, I have not modded my pack. My pack is still stock. Looks exactly like it did when I pulled it out of the big-ass box that the fucker came in. And this is no different. This is a 1-to-1 scale reveal of 2 more props from Ghostbusters. Now, there's some fans that are a little disappointed by what this reveal was because, if you remember, years ago, when Mattel had the Ghostbusters license, they did these as offerings as part of the Matty Collector Club. And they were 1-to-1 scale, and they kind of look almost exactly like what Hasbro's doing with them as well. So that's your first clue as to what the reveal was. Now, I personally am very disappointed by this reveal. Well, all right, I don't want to say I'm very disappointed, but I'm disappointed by the reveal, and here's why. I personally thought that the better reveal would have been a re-release of the old Kenner Firehouse from the 80s that I grew up with, or maybe even an updated version of the Firehouse that looks more like the movie. But this is just as good. The price point to me is a little funky on this. So I'm kind of feeling like Venkman after he got slimed by a particular Class 5 free full roaming vapor. But regardless, I'm going to buy. I do have other versions of these props already. But for me, it's less about what the props are and more about what you're getting with them. So we're going to break down all of the details of this reveal. So to do that, let's jump in to the Money's Crazy Mind newsroom. And we're going to start breaking down what the reveal was for Ghostbusters in the Hasbro 1027 event. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to wait for my thing to catch up to the beginning here. Let me slow this down a little bit. Actually, that sounds like a pretty fun idea. Wait, we want more time between slides. Okay. All right, so here we go. There's the first slide right there, and I will put this up full screen here after I break down everything. So 2 in the box, a P.K.E. meter and a ghost trap. And you see there's the picture of the P.K.E. meter. Like I said, I will blow these up so that we can take a look at it. But that's one of the cool things that is different between the Maddie and the new Hasbro version is that you get the ghost taser mode from Ghostbusters Afterlife. There's the trap looking beautiful. You get the pedal, a 9-foot connector cable, and there it is, the trap. You can even take it off the base and just have the trap piece there, kind of like they did in the movie. Better lights, and they're saying that these sounds are going to be direct from the movie. I've actually spoken to a couple people in the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters. Obviously, we're going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over this. 10,000 backers are needed. And that's just base. By December 11th, 2023, there's going to be 3 stretch goals, and we'll talk about those here in a minute. And then we go back to the first slide here. So let's talk about this here a little bit. So the video that Hasbro Pulse put up, as we stated, it was leaked earlier today. These were the photos that were taken by the Detroit and the Michigan Ghostbusters. Excuse me. And shared online that way. Now, they did kind of show the P.K.E. meter in action. The lights definitely do take a better pattern, kind of like what they do in the video game. And then also what we see in Ghostbusters Afterlife and what we see in, obviously, Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. The trap, the lights on this, just from what I'm seeing, not only in these photos, but also in the reveal video, which will be made public at 6 p.m. tonight on their YouTube channel. It was locked just for the premium members at 3 p.m., and then it should go live after that. Or not live, but it'll be available to the public after that. So that's a big step up for me, is that the lights look way better than they do on the Spirit Halloween trap and the Walmart trap, which actually did have a pedal, but that pedal kind of sucked. the PKE meter, the display screen looks way better than it does on the Spirit Halloween. The taser feature is pretty cool. Now, these were just prototypes that they had in this video. I did not really hear any sound on the PKE meter in the video because I have seen the video. I'm not going to say how, but I saw the video. Let's just say I have a friend that's a premium member, and thank you for getting me that link. I didn't hear any video sound on the trap. Well, actually, you could hear some of the sounds on the trap. And, really the only time I think we've ever really heard the trap open, without like music and stuff playing in the background, was in Ghostbusters Afterlife. So I have a feeling those are going to be the traps now, or the sounds that the trap makes. Now, the one thing that they did state that I think is important to note is that these were scanned from the actual movie traps. Now, we know that to make the trap field that they used at the end of Ghostbusters Afterlife, where they trapped Gozer, they had to basically buy the remaining stock of Spirit traps and Walmart traps to make that trap field. So, let's hope that the one that they scanned was the one that Egon had, that he hid in the floor at the beginning of the movie, that had Zool in it. Or maybe it was Vince Clortho. I'm guessing it was probably Vince Clortho. But we don't know. But other than that, let's blow these pictures up a little bit and let's take a better look at these things. And I'll break down some of the details that are mentioned as well. We'll start here. So 10,000 backer orders needed by December 11th, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. That is just to get it to go into production. Stretch goal, supernatural startup unlock, secure receptacle ghost trap unlock, and the psychokinetic energy detection unlock. So the first one, you're going to get a blueprint of the trap and the PKE meter, similar to like what we got with the Proton Pack. And then you're also going to get a screen accurate replica ghost patch from the original Ghostbusters 1984 film that you can either use to put it on your uniform or put it in your display case. You're also going to get some stickers. And I think that was it for tier 1. Tier 2, you get a holster that you can use on your uniform for the ghost trap. So that, my friends, is fucking huge. You also get a limited edition Haslab Ghostbusters patch that says Haslab on it. It's yellow and green. It's got slime dripping down it. And then tier 3, we get a P.K.E. meter holster for our uniforms, and also a limited edition mini puffed patch. So if you've seen Ghostbusters Afterlife and you sat through the credits, kudos to you, because there was a lot of Easter eggs at the end of that credit, of those credits as well. And there was a special version of the Ghostbusters logo that had the mini puffed in it. We are going to get a official version of that patch if we unlock tier 3. So, tier 1, it's 1,200 backers, or 12,000 backers. I'm sorry. Tier 2, 1,500 backers, or 15,000 backers. I'm sorry. My math is horrible today. And then tier 3 is 18,000 backers. Now, I just want to say, for the Proton Pack, we crushed any goal that Hasbro put in front of us to unlock that. We got every tier for the Proton Pack. And I got to tell you, I mean, some of them were a lot of fun to unlock. Some of them, not so much. The only way you got the hose to connect the Neutrona wand to the pack was to unlock one of those tiers. The only way we got the stand was to unlock one of those tiers. So there were different things that, for us were a requirement to unlock, because we're like, yo, I mean, if you're going to give us this shit, just give us the shit, right? So for the P.K.E meter, they kept saying they learned from the Proton Pack Haslab. So the stand that you see holding up the P.K.E meter, that now comes included base. The stand for the trap now comes base. So we do not need to unlock any of the tiers for that. Now, the unlocks for this are kind of Like, I was kind of hoping that the pedal for the trap, and I wanted you guys to see my face on this, because I'm like, are we going to get another trap without the fucking pedal? The pedal comes standard. So all we need to do is just unlock the base to get the pedal. Thank Jeebus for that. Now, something really cool that they did with the trap. They made it so that the connector is a lot better than what we got with the Proton Pack, because that was one of the big complaints with the Proton Pack, is if you set that thing down wrong, that connector breaks, and then you don't have the connectability between your wand and your pack, which that's bad news bears right there. Second, it's unidirectional, so it doesn't matter which side you plug in first, pedal or trap, it's gonna work. You set the power to the trap, press the button on the pedal, boom, you're catching ghosts. There is one knob on the side of it. You know what? Do I have a ghost trap nearby that I can grab? Uno momento. Okay, I have returned. Now, the ghost trap that I'm going to show you guys here is the Walmart one, and I have made some cosmetic upgrades to it. Just cosmetic, not functional. I based this one on Ghostbusters 2. And there's some reasoning behind some of that. So, when you get your trap from Hasbro, this knob right here is going to function as a volume knob. So you can turn it up, and that also controls the vibration. So that was something that a lot of people said that they wanted. Now, now obviously you're not going to see the doors because they're yellow. One of the big upgrades that Hasbro is making that I am super stoked about is the way the doors open. Now, this one actually has batteries in it that work, and it's the Walmart one. So it comes with, like I said, stupid version of foot pedal. So this is how the doors open on this one. And then you can kind of see the green lights there on the bottom. Kind of hard to see because of the green screen. But listen to those crappy sounds. Sounds more like a Proton Pack than it does a Ghost Trap. And that's how they close. Now, the one thing that everybody complained about was the way that these doors opened. They're just on these little gears that you can kind of see right there. Those gears have a very bad tendency of tripping. From what we saw in the video reveal, the doors are actually on a hinge. All right, I just want to make sure I kill demo mode. Excellent. Okay. Real metal parts are going to be on the trap in some of the places. The other thing that Hasbro did announce is that these pieces up here are going to be functional. Some of these are bumpers to help protect the trap, and obviously I think when you go to remove this part of the trap, which obviously it doesn't remove on the Walmart version of the trap, which this one is, it's got its own little function there. I mean, you can kind of see the doors there. I did repaint them, and I think that's why they're not working all that well. I repainted them to make them screen accurate and reflective. On this side of the trap, these ion arms are going to be removable, and they have silver and they have red. So red is obviously Ghostbusters 1 and I believe Afterlife. Silver is Ghostbusters 2, since I said I painted this one after Ghostbusters 2. This knob right here is also going to be functional on the Hasbro trap. You can turn it to different locations, and it'll give you different ghost sounds depending on what kind of ghost you want to catch. These ion arms are also going to have microchips in them, to where if you have the red ones, you get a certain set of ghost sounds. You put the silver ones on, you get another set of ghost sounds. So when you're looking at the pictures here I've been showing, you can see that the wheels are obviously way better than these on the Walmart trap, on the Hasbro trap. Obviously, you're going to get a screen accurate cable. It's going to be in the right position. Real metal switches has been talked about on the Hasbro Ghost Trap as well. Screen accurate lighting, which the lighting on this isn't all that bad. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to see the top lights because they're yellow, and it's kind of going against the green screen a little bit. But the hat light on the back will also have a occupancy, is what they called it, detector when you've caught something. Now, my P.K.E meter is currently not available because I have it packed away for Halloween. But the P.K.E meter, we already kind of talked about that. It's got very significant upgrades to the Spirit Halloween offering. But that's just it, man. I'm excited about this because, we finally get some screen accurate replicas. They're 1-to-1. They were scanned from the official props from Ghostbusters. And I mean, you guys heard, if you guys go back and watch the New York Toy Fair video from 2020 when Hasbro announced the Spangler Neutrona wand, you see how excited Jason Reitman and Ivan Reitman got about that. And they were stating, like, this is cool. Like, this is something that we wish we got when we were when the original movie came out. Jason Reitman was about 5 or 6 when Ghostbusters 1 came out, and he's in Ghostbusters 2. If you remember the scene when they're at the birthday party at the beginning, and the kid goes, my dad says you guys are full of crap. That kid is Jason Reitman. But, all right, while this picture's on the screen, I want to bring it up here. Damn it, I just missed it. There we go. That lighting, obviously you saw the lighting on the Walmart trap, which is the exact same lighting. All right, let me go back and we're going to pause. There. That lighting is more what we see in screen accurate lighting. You see the knob there on the right-hand side. That's going to be your volume knob, like I talked about. But that lighting that's emanating from the bottom of the trap, that's more what we see on screen. Let's see if we can go back one. That's the same position. Okay, so that big knob there in front of the ion arm, swappable ion rods, that knob is what you're going to turn to set the ghost sounds. And then the optical relay that you see there on the pedal, that is also changeable to go from 84 mode to afterlife mode. And they said you can do it with 2 screws. So kind of curious to play with that as well. But you see the swappable ion rods there. You see the ones on that trap are red. Like I said, that is more indicative of Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's the taser mode. So you see that twice in Ghostbusters Afterlife. You see it at the beginning, where Egon goes to shock Zool, or we think shock Zool, but he might have just given himself a heart attack to die, to be able to keep Zool from possessing him. And then that little red switch on the back there, that flips up, and then there's another switch underneath it, and that's what activates taser mode. Functional LED lined arms, so that's a huge upgrade from the Spirit P.K.E meter. On the Spirit P.K.E meter, they just go up, and then they stay up until you hit the button, and then they go down. So these are going to be, they're going to go zint, 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 kind of like they do in the movie. Multi-LED display panel. There's going to be 2 modes, standard and afterlife. Modes slide switch. So there you go. That's how you switch it between the two. EMF detector innovation. So I'm guessing that means you get an EMF detector built into this. If you guys saw my live test, for that. So that's just going through the pictures that they have here. Again, the stands that you see here, there's a better shot of it. The stand that you see here that it clips onto, that comes standard, unlike it did with the Proton Pack. Same with the one for the P.K.E. meter. Pedal and hose are included in the base, which is a plus. And something else that you don't really get a good look at in these pictures, but you kind of see it there on the back of the trap, that little connector piece. That is just a rubberized connector piece for display. You take that off, it pops off, and then underneath that is the connection for the hose. It kind of looks like the connection for a microphone. If you've ever seen like the back of a microphone with the 3 little holes, it almost looks like that. But there we get, a good shot of the lighting. Again, base just for it to go into production is 10,000 backer orders. And those are needed by December 11th, 2023, 11:59 p.m. That is when they are going to charge you if it goes into production. If it does not go into production, you do not get charged. Again, the stretch goals, Supernatural Startup Unlock. You get a blueprint of both the trap and P.K.E. meter. The screen accurate replica from Ghostbusters 1 patch. Backer level 2. Spectre or secure receptacle ghost trap unlock. This gives you a holster for your jumpsuit, flight suit, and also a special limited edition Haslab Ghostbusters patch. Psychokinetic energy detection unlock, a holster for your P.K.E. meter for your flight suit. And also the mini puffed no ghost logo from the end of Ghostbusters Afterlife. All right. We are going to end it there. I appreciate everyone for taking a great look into the Ghostbusters Haslab 2 in the box Ghost Trap and P.K.E. meter reveal video here at Money's Crazy Mind. Thank you everyone for checking it out. Hopefully you guys get to back your P.K.E. meter and Ghost Trap. I know I am going to definitely do that. May not be tonight, but as of right now, because I just got the notification from everybody in the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters, the Haslab is live at 4:30 p.m. Go ahead and start backing your Ghost Trap and P.K.E. meters right now on Haslab. Until next time, everybody. Oh, wait, one more thing. They did state that this is the first of many reveals for Ghostbusters. They wanted to get the Haslab out because obviously this is crowdfunded. The only way it happens is if you pre-order it. But they did state that since next year is the 40th anniversary of Ghostbusters, there is going to be way more revealed. So hopefully, Hasbro, if you're listening, hopefully that means we will get the Firehouse reveal after all. It was one of the big things that was shown in a lot of the trailer videos, and it was also in the background of the Hasbro Pulse event video as well. So, hoping for it. All right. But until then, everybody, thank you for checking this out. Have a week.